Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Check. 58. 59. Mike to 59. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Tight end right. We got 4. Rolling right. Switch gears.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for the Packers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
319. Hey, that's good.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Falcons grab it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. Get it all the way down there in the red zone. Can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing is Rodgers. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And the pressure gets to him again. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Straighten out. You got 58. Crunch. Watch the safety creep.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They run. It's Williams. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Well, they deemed it four-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the move to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Wiggles free. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 18-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 27-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, You got a back who's quick and shifty.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Freeman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there. First down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
16 yards, a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Ito Smith, his first carry. 11 yards there, first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Smith trying to run for it, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Ready, blue 80, back 25. Check, back 42. There's a card in there.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is third and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. On second and 10, Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And his pass incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he'll take it across midfield.